Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann and welcome to a Flossy Friday. It is September 24th. I'm here. I'm making a video. It's early in the day. It's 11. It's 11. I called in today and I called in last night, and my boss is also my friend and he totally understands and was like, girl, good. So I think my dad is going to come up and I might get to spend a little bit of time with him. He has a really busy day. But something that I've already done today for myself is, one, I slept in with no alarms. Two, I took a really nice long hot shower. I've had a little something to eat. I've picked up a little bit because that makes me feel better. I have a really nice blend going in my diffuser in the living room. And I've already brought in, I don't know you. I've already brought in my Halloween decorations to start doing that later, and we'll see how that goes. So I have a lot that I want to get done this weekend. Like, I have some yard work that I want to do, so that way decorating outside is easier as well. I want to decorate inside. I want to stitch a lot. I want to work out because haven't been doing as great about that lately, and I need to. I also want to start on my new project. So last weekend we went to the antique show here in town, and I got this piece of furniture for my essential oils. So I'm real excited. I've already taken off the doors. And so the next step is I want to take off these like swinging closures for the glass doors and the door down here, because that's not what it's going to be in the future. But I've already taken the doors off. I need to finish taking off the hinges, so that way I can clean all the paint off of them, because I don't want paint all over my hinges. I also need to clean off all that paint on the glass from the doors, but I want to this weekend start sanding everything. But there's a couple things that I want to do. Like, I want to put some caulk up here to fill in that gap before like sanding and painting. I want to also, after like mostly sanding, see if there's any other like spots that need to be like puttied in and then sanded before painting. And then I'm debating on if I want to saw off these handles so that way we can put on some like vintage antique glass mini handles, but like lower. Debating it. That might be something that I want to do. I'll just saw them off and then sand it down before painting, and then we can do the other handles. And then this was like, it's home built, but I don't know how old it is, but they went for like that shabby chic look, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, all of these shelves are like doweled in. Like, it's really, really well built. I mean, it's like, it's a little wonky in some spots, but it's really well built. So anyways, this is going to be like my new essential oils cabinet. And this is kind of like my color inspiration. And then these are like my color samples. So this second one right here is what my hall bathroom now is. And I think I'm going to go with this one. And then do like some accenting in like cream and in the other colors on the back of the shelves that are in the glass. I think it'll be really cool. Anyways, so got some ideas and some things that we want to do to like just up it a little bit, but also unique it as well. So anyways, that's like a laundry list of stuff that I want to get done or like work on this weekend, as well as just relaxing and stitching, and spending some days to myself with some self-care, like working out. And y'all are so cute. What is my life? Anyways, the cats are doing great. They're just over there, and I tried to see if I could get them on camera from where this is positioned, and I can't turn it enough. but they're cuddled up on the top of the lazy boy in the window. It's super cute. They're doing fine. Okay. Something that I forgot to show last week. Last week? Week before. Unsure. And I don't remember. So with my expo order from Abby, I got her freebie. This is Sunflower Cat. And I got the blue flower Janine's. It's just called Meow the Mirror 2021, but it's a cat inside of a pumpkin that says boo. It's really cute. These were both freebies that you got with her shop. If you, now I feel like one you specifically get if you got a Meow the Merrier pattern, and one you get period if you ordered anything from the new releases from Expo, which is all the Meow the Merriers, but also anything else. So also got, and I think my like previous order, possibly orders, I don't remember how many times I've ordered from Abby in the past. It's not something that I remember in life. She was out of stickers. So I did get one of her top knot stitchers, and then I also ordered early enough because she only had so many of these, but the Meow the Merrier sticker, super cute. So those came in my order as well. And I know that the Meow the Merrier is until supplies last, but again, I can't remember if that's with every Expo order or with a Meow the Merrier order. I don't remember. I know she said it on her Instagram, but I knew it a couple weeks ago, and my brain is no longer working. It is what it is. I have so much stuff sitting around me. It's absolutely ridiculous. Before we get into what I've stitched, should we talk about my future plans? Because why not? So these are the things sitting in front of me. Okay, I have my hands-on designs put on the hat, which is my final around the holidays. I genuinely just need to knock it out. I haven't been in the mood for, I don't know how Halloween decorating is going to go this weekend. I haven't even been in the mood to do that. I kind of have on and off feelings about Halloween at the moment. It's a personal thing. We'll see. But I've wanted to stitch on it to get it done, but I haven't wanted to stitch on it because I just am not feeling it. So I want to force myself in the next like week or two to get that one done. So it is sitting here. I have my swan mother or mother of swans, whichever, Hummel, that I haven't worked on since that first weekend that I worked on it. I have all of my Sunday stitches in front of me, the giant Ziploc with all 4 of them sitting in it. Well, except for the one that I worked on this week. That's in its own little pile. I have the kitted up Nativity from Fairy Wool in the Woods. I have the kitted up Founding Promises from Silver Creek Samplers that I kitted up the other week. And I also have my Lizzie Kate's Christmas rolls because I really, really want to work on those and get those done. And then I have my Britter Cup Britter Kitties monthly series. The finish that I want to show you this week, and my new start from this week. So I have a couple of things to show you, and then those are the things that in the next like couple of weeks to month I want to kind of prioritize or start or work on or what have you. That's where I'm at. So let me show you my current Sunday stitches, which I have 2 going right now. I have Amazing Grace, which I haven't worked on in a couple of weeks. And then I have the A Mighty Fortress, which is the one that I started last week and I've been working on my lunch breaks. I worked on this a tiny bit over the weekend on Saturday before we went to the antique thing. So I worked on this a tiny bit over the weekend after I finished what I'm going to show you last. And then I worked, I think I only maybe worked on, no. I went out with somebody every single day this week at lunchtime. So this got a little bit of love over the weekend and that's it. But this is on Crystal Picture This Plus Truffle 28 count linen. It's charted in all over dyes. This is from Heartstring Samplery. This is called A Mighty Fortress. So I believe this was actually June's hymn of the month. It's a beautiful one. It looks beautiful on the model, which is like a nice, like buttery yellow. I can't remember the fabric, and I know that the one that I'm about to say is not the one that it was model stitched on, but it's a similar color, but mellow from Picture This Plus. It would look beautiful on that. If you wanted it to look more like the model. But I had this in my stash. I really liked the way the colors, I thought the colors would really pop on it. So I'm doing it all in DMC. Now, I don't have as much modeling in my flowers or anything like that, and that's okay. I did want a little bit more dimension on the big yellow flower because it's the largest flower out of all of them, and the thread that was chosen does this really nice like gold color to like a light color. And so I kind of wanted to pull a little bit of that, and I was thinking about purposely charting or like purposely stitching part of it in the gold and then charting sections of it, or not charting, but stitching sections of it in a lighter goldish color. And instead I just did a blend, and I think it came out really nice. It's a really beautiful like combination, and I think it complements especially the blues really, really well. So I want to finish, my goal is to finish the flowers down here. I'm going to drop down and stitch one of the letters in the last line of words, so that way I can do the flowers down here and just have the words left. Also because the words go a little bit quicker, because there's not as many color changes with the words, obviously. So anyways, I want to keep working on this one. I absolutely love it. And if you want to know the two colors that I mixed for the gold, I did 676 and 680. And I think it's a really beautiful compromise blend. So don't be afraid to make blends. I was talking about that last week. I'll talk about it again this week. Do not be afraid to blend. Don't be afraid to change up your color palette completely. Don't be afraid to go in a completely different direction than the charted, which leads me into my new start. I had a new start yesterday. I started something with Heather. Y'all should check her out. Her YouTube is Heather Moore. And then her Instagram is The Blessed Stitcher, all one word, The Blessed Stitcher. Go check her out. She stitches amazing things. She stitches a lot of Little House Needleworks, Country Cottage. Don't remember the rest of it. Why am I drawing a blank? She stitches a lot of stitching with the Housewives patterns and hands-on design patterns. So she stitches other things, but that's a lot of what she stitches, and it's all beautiful. And she does pretty much everything in all the called for all the time. Which it always turns out beautiful, and I love her finishing. It's really pretty. She's finished a couple of things for me, and they've always turned out stunning. We're friends in real life. You should go check her out. She's amazing. Also, she did a little teasing on her stories about 2 weeks ago, and yes, Heather, I'm gonna call you out. Nicely go over, if you do follow her, go nicely try and tell her that she needs to make a video. And if you don't follow her and you start following her, nicely go tell her that she needs to make a video, and you can tell her that I sent you if you would like. But she put on her stories a poll, should I make a video, because it's been a long time, and overwhelmingly the answer was yes. So I'm waiting on my friend to make a video of all the things that she's been up to. Anyways, I joke, I kid. But it's been a long time since we've stitched something together. We do this probably like 2 to 3 times a year, but normally we're in person whenever we do it. And our schedules and lives have just been too busy. We haven't been able to get together. Heather texted me about October. It's coming up. Anyways, side note. Anyways, we wanted to stitch this together. I can't stop saying the word anyways. I apologize. But this pattern, I think, normally calls for like maybe 10 colors, and I'm staring at 20. It's absolutely ridiculous. whenever I want to completely kind of change a color palette or go a different direction from what's called for, I either do 1-for-1 of a conversion or I go all out and it's just absolute ridiculousness. And that's kind of where I went with this one, because some of the colors that I wanted to change out didn't work for some of the items in the pattern, so I still had to pull some of the traditional colors, and it's all fine. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be beautiful. I love it. It's gonna be perfect. It's fine. So we started the Let's Talk Stitching. This is a hands-on design. It's supposed to be a chalkboard pattern, and I can't remember if I still have some of the like chalkboard fabric that I dyed myself. I think I do, but I also was like, I'm not feeling doing it as a chalkboard, you know, and it's really cool. It's really cool. I always tag designers if they're on Instagram. I tag them whenever I post something that I'm working on from them, and it's really cool. You know, like sometimes they just like it, sometimes they actually comment. And I posted my update from yesterday on Instagram, and Kathy actually replied and said that she really liked where I was going with my color changes. And so it's just really nice. Don't be afraid to change things. It's all good. But being a purist, there's nothing wrong with that either. I like to change things up. I'm either not feeling the palette, or I am, but it wouldn't go with anything in my house, and to me that's really important. But also I wasn't feeling stitching it on black. I just didn't want to. Like, it's fine. So I picked 32 count Lugana Oaken. This was a scrap that I had in my stash. I should have plenty of it for the big piece and possibly the 2 smaller ones if I wish to also stitch those, which they're pretty cute, so I might. So basically the words are supposed to be in white because it's supposed to look like a chalkboard. I'm doing them in 37.99 to darken them up. I really like it. I'm changing up some of the colors, like the hoop was also supposed to be in the word color. I'm making it look like wood. I brightened up all of the like stitchy colors. But I'm going to keep the tomato looking traditional. I'm going to keep the frog looking traditional. I'm changing the scissor handles. The scissors are supposed to be in the blue. I'm going to change them up because I have several pair of Fiskars, and I may even change this up. But these were, okay, this is a pair of Fiskars of little like embroidery ones sitting next to me. And the yellow has peeled off of them. So, you know. But anyway, so I thought these 2 colors look really cool for the handles of the scissors. So I'm changing up everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. Change it up. If you want to change it up, change it up. So, and if you don't, you don't. Nobody's going to come to your house and tell you you're doing it wrong. No designer is going to tell you that you're doing it wrong. And quite frankly, most of them, they love it whenever they see somebody take it in a slightly different direction. It's really cool. It's interpretation and what fits your personal color palette. So anyways, love this piece. So glad to be working on something with Heather. It's been a while, like I said, and yeah, I love being able to stitch something at the same time as her. It's more fun whenever it's in person, but whenever it can't be in person, it's still fun, right? So so that's going to be a lot of fun to work on. So that's another on this table pile of monstrosity threads everywhere kind of a deal. Okay, so I did have a finish last week. I finished, beg your pardon, from Silver Creek Samplers. This is on a 32 count linen from Barbarelle Creates. She is on Instagram. This is the Crystal Rainbow fabric. She did just recently create a pastel rainbow fabric, and it is so pretty. Her fabrics are gorgeous. So definitely go check her out. She's also super nice. She's on Instagram. Go check her out. You can see all of her colorways. She also dyes threads, ribbons. I feel like there's something else. I just can't think of it right now. But fabrics, ribbons, threads for sure. She has a couple of patterns herself. that you can find on her Etsy. It's really cool. But this is from Silver Creek Samplers. I need to get the second one, the Hist Off. I really do want to get that one, but I really, whenever I was going through scraps, and I think I talked about this last week, whenever I was going through scraps and picking out what I wanted it to be on, this one like popped out, and I have a couple of like smaller scrap pieces of this, and I was just like, yes, that is perfect. Love it. Have to. And so I have more small scraps of this to do some more like little smalls on, but I want to do the Hist Off on this one as well in the same colors. It's absolutely beautiful. I changed every single color except for 3 on here. The mouse is all called for. And the little beans of the paw print is also called for. Everything else is different. And just also to like reiterate, like changing colors, making it your own, making your own blends. I talked about this last week. I told you all the colors that I picked in this, but both of these oranges are like orange tabby colors in here. Orange tabbies are like this unique blend. They're a little golden, but they're also a little orange. They're also a little tan. Like there's the DMC colors, they're either too orange or they're too gold or they're too tan. So I made my own blends, and I told y'all last week every single color that I used in this and which ones were blends and whatnot. But if you are specifically interested in the orange tabby colors, I don't blame you. I think they came out really good. I have an up close photo on my Instagram. It's now probably like 4 or 5 photos back at this point. Kelli-Ann86, go check it out. I took an up close of the stitching of the 2 different blends, as well as I have the color bobbins in the photo, so you can see the blends and what their independent colors were. I think it came out, sorry about that bump. I think it came out absolutely amazing. I darkened up the cheese to be more of a cheddar. I wanted to brighten up the words and the little fish and things, and so I absolutely love this. I made it to look like Stella because it already had that mackerel pattern, and she is a mackerel. She is a mackerel tabby. But the bottom of all of her paws, not the tops, but the bottom of all of her paws are white. So that's why I also did a white bottom paw. She's stretched out on the lazy boy looking out the window right now, and it's really cute. So aside from all that, I did not put the little outlines of the claws on the paw because, one, I wanted mine to be a little bit more like cutesy, and the claws are really cool but also slightly scary looking, and both of my cats are declawed, so I just didn't want to put them. I do want to do the other one, like I said, same colorway, except I want to make the cat look like Potter in the O of Hist Off. But otherwise I want to use the same color, same fabric, and I either want to double-side it or make 2 separate little, either like little hangings that I can put on the glass above their little bed, or make them into little pillows for the bed. I haven't quite decided, but I do need to get that pattern so I can stitch it up. I think it'll be really fun. And anyways, I loved working on this. There's a lot of mistakes, so that's another thing I was going to tell you. In between the your and paw, and in between I beg and your, there's supposed to be 2 rows. There are single rows. There's a reason for that. So, one of these stripes got messed up, and it was totally by accident how it happened, and it took me a really long time to figure out where I messed it up, to be quite honest, because everything else was lining up, and it was basically, it got off a little bit, like right here. And so I shrunk the arm by a single row. And so I was like, that's not a big deal because there's 2 in between this one and 2 in between this one. So, and there's only 1 in between this one. So I'll shrink this one by 1 and then leave the 2 here, and it'll work out. Well, then, whenever I got to the words, I accidentally made the word dawn 1 row taller. So that's why they're all individual. But there was wiggle room. And, you know, I feel like not everyone, but some of us, you know, we don't like to, nobody likes to mess up. But it doesn't have to, you don't have to pick everything. I know that if I would have picked that out to fix it, either the words or the actual like arm of the paw, I wouldn't have ever finished this because I would have been so frustrated with myself and with the piece. And so I just fudged it and I made it work. And you probably never would have noticed if I didn't say anything. And you're probably also wondering, why did I even say anything? I'm saying it because it's okay to mess up. There are usually, sometimes you can't, but for the most part, you can usually fudge something. So don't let something like that totally, you know, before you like decide, you know, nothing can be done, right? See if something can be done before, you know, you go back and take all that out. The other thing is I had to shrink to make it work. I had to shrink this one by a row. And you can't tell where I did it. But I had to take some of the P in the bottom, the A in the bottom, but the W in the top because of how the words are done. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I had to fudge a lot of parts of this to make it work. And if I wouldn't have said anything, you wouldn't have known. Like, you would have had to really sit side by side with the pattern and figure it out. But you can't at a glance really tell that I had to fudge as much as I had to. But we don't have to be perfect, is what I'm saying. We don't have to be perfect. You can create, like, be creative with your colors, be creative with your edits, be creative with all of it. And don't, this is supposed to be a fun hobby. So small mistakes like that, it kind of ended up being a big mistake, but I was able to figure it out. So I'm just, nothing has to be perfect. And nothing has to be 100% as it was written. Unless you truly want it to be. But if you don't, you'll probably get more compliments than people saying, why did you change that? Just saying. So, love your pieces. Even love your mistakes. Something really cool can come out of some of them. And don't be afraid to play with color and make your own blends if you really want to customize something. That's like my advice. So anyways, I hope that y'all have had a fantastic week. Thank you so much, everyone, for being encouraging last week, saying like if I needed today off, cool, but y'all would miss me. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that I this morning really felt capable of doing a video. I hope that by the end of the day I still would have been capable of doing a video, but anyways, I love spending my Fridays with you guys. I love talking with you guys. Let me know, have you already decorated for Halloween? What are you working on? All the things. Let me know. What's the temperature like there? It's been it's been like in the 60s and 70s here this whole week. It's felt amazing. I hope it stays. It actually feels like fall here, which is rare occurrence. And so, like literally the week before it was in the hundreds. So it feels amazing. Any advice on my furniture repainting project? It'll be the first time I've attempted to repaint furniture before. Never really went well. So it'll be the first time I really am putting a lot of attention to details. The other thing, it has a little bit of a wobble, so I want to put adjustable casters on the bottom. I think that'll be really cool. So that way I can take the wobble out because there's going to be a diffuser on it. That's the other thing. My dad's going to drill a hole for my diffuser cord, so that way it doesn't have to hang off the side or whatever. It can go through the back wall and be plugged in. But all my essentials are going to be there. All my recipes, my books, my jars, my mixing fixins, my actual oils, my diffuser for the kitchen living room area. It's all going to be there. It's going to be really cool. Have you worked on a project like that? Any advice? I need it all. And I will be posting about that. And yeah, love you guys. Thank you so much. And I hope that y'all have a blessed Friday weekend and upcoming week. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.